Welcome to the channel where we talk about masculine strength, inner confidence, and the path to self-improvement. Today, we'll address an important topic: female weaknesses. Yes, you heard that right. Female nature not only holds strengths, but also vulnerabilities, which, when understood and used correctly, can become your weapon in the pursuit of success in relationships. But before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to the channel, as we reveal key aspects that will help you become stronger and more confident. Be sure to check out our other videos, where we discuss how to develop leadership qualities, be a real man, and attract women without trying to please them. Now, let's dive into the topic and understand which weaknesses in women you should be aware of to become not just interesting, but truly attractive to them. Female emotional dependency. The first weakness we'll examine is emotional dependency. Women often find themselves trapped in the need for constant validation from others, particularly from their partner. This can manifest in depending on his words, actions, or even his mood. A woman may strive to please her man, seek his approval, and feel distressed when he doesn't respond as she would like. This emotional undercurrent creates insecurity, which affects both the relationship and the woman herself. She may begin to feel helpless if her partner doesn't give her the attention she needs, or fails to acknowledge her efforts. In such situations, she loses herself and starts seeking her sense of value from others. However, it's important for a man to understand that true strength doesn't lie in seeking approval or depending on others' judgments. Like a samurai, a man shouldn't be swayed by external influences or seek validation through the eyes of others. A real man recognizes his strengths and is confident in himself. He knows that his inner world doesn't depend on the opinions of others, and even when a woman experiences emotional tension or distress, it should not affect his own state. When a man doesn't succumb to emotions and maintains inner confidence, the woman feels that she can be calm and secure in his presence, knowing the future is stable. This gives her a sense of stability, which, in turn, deepens her attachment. A woman's emotional dependency can become a weakness if there's no man by her side who serves as a pillar, unaffected by external circumstances. She will be drawn to a man who doesn't rely on her moods because he remains true to himself and always acts according to his principles. If you want to become that man, learn to be a pillar of support, not seek it in a woman. Build your relationships with confidence and inner peace. Fear of losing control. The second weakness women face is the fear of losing control. Women, like men, seek security and stability, but in relationships, this fear can manifest more strongly. A woman may fear losing control of a situation, especially when it comes to trust or emotions. This fear sometimes turns into excessive jealousy or attempts to control her partner to ensure his loyalty and reliability. She may try to keep him close, attempting to predict every situation and behavior to avoid disappointment. A woman starts feeling anxious when she senses that control is slipping from her grasp, often leading to tension in the relationship. However, a true man, like a samurai, isn't afraid to lose control because he understands that true strength lies not in controlling the situation, but in maintaining inner balance and confidence. A samurai doesn't strive to control everything. He trusts his path and his intuition, which makes him strong and self-assured. He knows that losing control is a natural part of life, and that not every moment can be predicted. It's important to learn how to adapt to circumstances, be flexible, but never lose your principles or inner strength. A woman will respect a man who isn't afraid of losing control because he can control himself, his emotions, and his decisions. He doesn't need to control his partner because his strength lies in the belief that relationships are built on trust and understanding. A woman will admire his calmness and willingness to show vulnerability, knowing that this doesn't make him weak but instead adds strength to his character. When a man displays confidence and a willingness to accept things as they are, the woman feels safe with him. This ability to relinquish control and trust each other becomes the foundation of strong and harmonious relationships. Difficulty accepting responsibility. The third weakness that women may face is difficulty accepting responsibility. This often manifests in a reluctance to take full responsibility for their life, especially when it comes to difficult or life-changing decisions. A woman may start to look for excuses in external circumstances, blaming other people or events that she believes are the cause of her difficulties. She might postpone important decisions, hoping that someone else will take responsibility for her. This can apply both to her personal life and professional sphere, where she may fear the consequences of her choices. Such behavior typically creates a sense of insecurity and uncertainty. A woman may fear losing control over her life, as a lack of responsibility drains her inner strength and confidence. Constantly avoiding making decisions can lead to a vicious cycle, where she remains in search of external support, while at the same time, her relationships and personal life begin to experience strain due to a lack of stability. However, a true man, like a samurai, always takes responsibility for his actions. He understands that every choice is a step toward his goal, and that there are no random events in life. A samurai doesn't seek excuses or shift the blame onto others. He firmly understands that responsibility for his life lies with him, and only he can change it for the better. A man who can accept responsibility for his actions, decisions, and their consequences earns respect from those around him, especially women. Such a man won't blame others for his failures. He will find ways to overcome difficulties and move forward. This is also a vital quality in relationships. A woman will gravitate toward a man who takes responsibility for his actions and isn't afraid to take on a leadership role. He doesn't try to avoid difficult situations because he knows that only through accepting responsibility can he strengthen his position. In relationships, a man who takes responsibility creates an atmosphere of trust and stability. A woman will feel that with him, her life won't depend on external factors, but will be built on a solid foundation. This quality signifies maturity and confidence, and it attracts women because they see in such a man someone they can rely on. He becomes not only a partner, but a source of strength for her. A woman who is with a man who takes responsibility for his life will feel protected and confident. She will understand that their relationship is not a coincidence, but the result of the efforts and conscious decisions made by both of them. Such a man is not afraid to take responsibility for both the relationship and his personal growth. This quality enhances his attractiveness because he stops being a victim of circumstances and becomes a leader in his life and in the relationship. Need for constant attention. The fourth weakness found in women is the need for constant attention. This need is rooted in wanting to feel valued and significant through the attention of others, particularly men. A woman may seek approval from those around her and from her partner, hoping that every action or achievement will be noticed and appreciated. She may constantly demand attention in order to feel important and needed. This can manifest in different forms, such as wanting to be the center of attention at social events, frequently trying to show off her attractiveness, or even needing her partner to pay attention to her every day. No matter the circumstances, the need for constant attention can become a sign of insecurity. A woman who seeks confirmation of her worth through the attention of others risks losing her self-perception. This creates dependence on external factors rather than her inner state. A woman begins to view herself as an object that must be evaluated in order to feel significant. This can become a problem in relationships because a man who doesn't meet her need for constant attention may be seen as cold or indifferent. A true man, like a samurai, doesn't need constant attention. He possesses the inner strength and confidence to not seek validation of his worth through the views or words of others. His strength lies in being sure of himself and his path, regardless of how much attention he receives. He understands that his worth does not depend on others' approval. This man expresses himself through his actions and deeds, not through the desire to be noticed by others. A woman will be drawn to such a man because his independence and self-assurance are attractive. He isn't afraid to be alone with himself because he knows that his inner world and self-perception are the only things that matter. This man is not dependent on external factors and doesn't seek others' approval, which creates an aura of respect and stability. A woman, being with him, can be herself without constantly trying to earn his attention or prove her worth. A man who doesn't require constant attention becomes a real pillar for a woman. He can focus on his goals, passions, and development, and she will respect him for it. This admiration stems from the fact that such a man creates an atmosphere of confidence and calmness in the relationship. A woman feels safe with him because she is not dependent on his attention, knowing that he will always be there if needed. This quality makes a man attractive not only as a partner, but as a person, because he doesn't need constant confirmation of his significance and can appreciate a woman for who she is, not for what she does to be noticed. Difficulties with trust. The fifth weakness to address is the difficulties women may have with trust. Women can be particularly cautious about trust, especially if they've experienced betrayal or deceit in the past. These wounds can leave a deep impact, continuing to affect how they view others. It's not just about distrust, it's about the fear of being vulnerable, the fear of encountering betrayal or pain once again. In such situations, women may begin to check up on their partners, trying to control their behavior or, conversely, close themselves off to avoid putting themselves at risk. This can manifest in constant questions, checking messages, or even trying to extract information about other women in a man's life. They simply cannot relax because they've trusted before and been deceived. However, such actions, though born from fear, only increase tension and create barriers in the relationship. But a true man, like a samurai, demonstrates his resilience and principles not with words, but through actions. He doesn't demand proof of his reliability, he simply remains true to himself. And his actions prove that he can be trusted. He is honest, stable, and consistent. His words align with his deeds, and his principles remain unchanged. Even if this is not always convenient, when a man doesn't succumb to emotions, doesn't manipulate, and doesn't look for clever ways to get what he wants, a woman begins to sense this. She feels that he's not just around for short-term gain, but that his intentions are sincere and stable. This type of man isn't afraid to be open. He doesn't try to hide his weaknesses, because he knows this is what makes him strong. A woman, seeing this confidence, will start to open up to him. Over time, she will be ready to trust him because she will see that he truly deserves it. Trust doesn't come instantly, especially if it's been broken before. But if you show your stability, honesty, and dedication, the woman will start seeing you as someone who can protect her and will not betray her. She will understand that with such a man, she can be her true self without fearing for her emotions or hiding behind masks. The man's task is not just to wait for a woman to trust him. His task is to be someone who deserves that trust. This is not a game. It's not something done for manipulation. It's an inner quality that doesn't depend on external circumstances. A true man doesn't hide his intentions, he shows them through his actions. He understands that trust is not something you can demand. It's something you must earn. And only through stability and genuine honesty can he bring the woman to the point where she will be ready to trust him. When you are not afraid to be sincere and honest, when you are not afraid to be open and vulnerable, you become someone who can build true, strong relationships. A woman will be drawn to you because she will feel this strength that doesn't need to be checked or doubted. You will be her support, and she will be yours. Women's weaknesses are not just moments that can be exploited for personal gain. These are areas that require a man's understanding, strength, and confidence. A woman who feels safe, respected, and confident in herself, while with a man, will be drawn to him. But remember, she will not seek a weak man who gives in to her manipulations or dependencies. The samurai taught us that a true man's strength lies not in exploiting a woman's weaknesses, but in remaining steadfast and acting according to principles. A man who does not give in to emotions and does not make excuses attracts women. With his inner strength and confidence, he understands that true success and strength come from the ability to remain himself. Despite the weaknesses of others, a man's strength lies in his respect for women, but not in catering to their weaknesses or dependencies. This is strength that does not waver in the face of others' problems. A man is not afraid of responsibility, does not seek validation of his value, and does not need constant attention. He knows who he is and what he wants. To become such a man, you need to stop seeking excuses, stop being afraid to be tough, and start respecting your principles. You must not let others' weaknesses dictate your behavior. Be the man who commands respect not only from women, but from everyone around you. Do not fear becoming strong, not for playing games with others' weaknesses, but for the respect you have for yourself and the true power that comes with confidence and self-respect.
Subscribe to our channel. Are you ready to become the best version of yourself? On our channel, we share samurai techniques and lessons that will help you develop your charisma, confidence, and inner strength. If you're looking for real self-development tools and striving for personal growth, you'll find exactly what you need here. By developing your thinking and choosing quality content, you not only become a more interesting person, but also create an aura around you that attracts people. Knowing how to attract others starts with working on yourself, and that work never ends. Every day is an opportunity to become a better person, and your efforts will be noticed.